Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me in my live video. I'm so glad you join me. This is Robert Harley, and this is the Excel Your Life show. Excel Your Life, taking you to the next level. Tonight, we're going to continue our topic. We're going to get right into it because of time. It's very late for me, and so we're going to get right into that. Last night we started a new series, and we're talking about how to handle the 4 seasons of life. And we kind of quick review of last night. We talked about the winter. Winter, we learned about how during the winter time we get better, stronger, and wiser. So during the winter time, in the winter time, these are difficult times in our lives when we go through difficult times. And when we go through difficult times in the winter time, you store them in your heart, and in the good times, you store them in your pocket. Hi, Derek Goodwin. Derek Goodwin, thanks for joining me. Appreciate you joining me, brother. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about the springtime. Talk about number 2, spring. Springtime. Now, springtime is a time when after you've gone through a difficult time in your life, and now you've turned a new leaf. You're heading to a new chapter in your life, and now it's a time of refreshing. Springtime is a time of refreshing. It's a time of renewing. It's a time of fresh start. Represent a fresh start. In nature, that's when the trees start budding, and the trees start getting their leaves back. And in animals, you see the animals, new animals are born. Chicken have the chicken eggs are hatching and all that kind of stuff like that, and all the flowers are coming forth. All that in springtime, it means renewal, it means life, new freshness now, new fresh. So springtime is no different in our lives when it comes to springtime. But springtime is a time of sowing. That's when you also want to start sowing. That's when you go to talk to any farmers, and that's when they tell you that's the best time to start sowing. Why? Because you want to sow in the spring so you can have a harvest in the fall. We'll talk about that more, about harvesting in the fall. But springtime is a time for you to start sowing, to start you start preparing your soil or the ground of your life for a new beginning, for a new fresh start. And so springtime is at the time for you to go bowling, go swimming, go play hockey. Springtime is time for you to start buckle down and start making good use of a fresh start. You've just come through the winter time of your life, some difficult situation. You've just come through it. Things are finally turning around. Things are finally looking up for you. Now it's time for you to start make good time, a good use of what's ahead. You see a bright future ahead of you, and you start making some wise decision. Start planting some good seed, so you're gonna have a good harvest in the summertime, in the fall. So springtime is a time for you to start sowing. It's a time to sow. You talk to any good farmers, and they tell you this is the time to start sowing. All right, this is the time to start sowing. Even if you're, one time I remember when I first came to Canada, I used to be into gardening. I used to live with my mom, and I used to have a garden. And one of the things that got me into gardening was my next door neighbor at the time, the place we were living. I have a next door neighbor. He had a beautiful garden, most beautiful garden. I remember it to this day. This happened years and years ago, but about 30 years ago now. But I remember how his garden was always so beautiful and always so, you have both a vegetable and a flower garden going on at the same time. And I used to get into gardening, and I'd pick up a lot of tips from him and everything. But in the springtime was the time for here, and he start preparing his ground, preparing the soil and everything, and start sowing and start planting the seed in the springtime. By the summer and on the fall, you see nice, beautiful plants and flowers coming up. Hold on one sec. So yeah, springtime is the time for you to start. Springtime is called the time of opportunity. It's called opportunity followed up. Remember this thing here. Opportunity always follows difficulty. So why? Because the spring always follow the winter. So you go on to a difficult time of your winter time, now into spring. So spring represent opportunity, new opportunity. New opportunity for you is presenting itself to you. So opportunities always follow difficulties. Remember that opportunities always follows difficulties. So whenever you're going through a difficulty in your life, once you've gone through it, you're gonna be presented with some good opportunities, and they're gonna come in different ways, in different forms. You just gotta be aware of it. So opportunities in life that comes your way during the springtime. So springtime, in the wintertime, we learn about getting better, getting wiser, getting stronger. Why? Because when you've gone through the wintertime, you've gotten better, you've gotten stronger, gotten wiser. Now you're in the springtime of opportunity. I'll write it down here. The springtime of opportunity. Now you have some opportunities around you. Springtime, I'll put this other thing to it. Springtime is time to sow. It's a time to sow. This is time you also want to sow at this time in your life. You want to sow some good seed again, because your life is like a season, the fourth season. We all go through the fourth season of our lives. In the springtime, you want to sow some good seed so you can have a harvest to reap in their in their fall. I think it was Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn put it this way: you either sow in the springtime or beg in the fall. If you don't sow in the springtime, when it comes to fall, you're gonna have to beg, because you're not gonna have anything to reap. You're not gonna have a crop in the fall. So you have to sow. You have to take the opportunity to sow in the spring. So come the fall, you'll have a harvest, you have a crop to reap. So you got to take the opportunity, the springtime, the time of the renewal, the time of you just coming through the winter time. Remember, opportunities always follow difficulties. Learn to handle the spring. Learn to take advantage of the spring. Learn to take advantage of the opportunity that spring comes. That comes with the springtime. Learn to sow. Learn to sow good seed. This is the time to start reading. Sow good things in your mind. You start reading and studying. Go back to school if you have to, or if you need to. This is time you start working upon yourself. Go through self-development, self-improvement, self-improvement for you to grow and become better, become stronger, become wiser. So this is time you start sowing it and start working on yourself during the springtime. Why? Again, it's important for you to do these things in the springtime because you want to have a harvest in the fall. Right? We're going to talk about harvesting in the fall when we come 2 nights from now. So this is so this is part two of this little series here. Last night we talked about the summer, I mean the winter time. Now tonight we're talking about the springtime. Springtime of opportunity. Springtime is a time to sow. Springtime is a time for a fresh start. A fresh start. Springtime is a time of renewing. Okay, new life, new opportunity. The time for growth. So whatever stage you are in life, know this, that you're not alone. If you're in the springtime if you're in the spring, if you've just come to some difficult time, your winter time, now you're in your springtime in your life, congratulations. You've made it through a difficult time. Now is the time for you to start focusing on the opportunities that lies ahead of you, focusing on sowing some good seeds. So in the harvest time, in the fall, you'll have a crop to reap. You don't want to be begging in the fall because you failed to sow in the spring. You don't want that to happen. You sow in the spring, so you have a crop to reap in the fall. In the fall. So how do you sow? You sow by you sow. There's different ways of sowing. You can sow money by sowing seed. You can sow time, making good use of your time, sowing your time wisely, spending your time wisely. You can sow your efforts, what you do, your actions and stuff like that. Those are all actions you can do. That's why I said get into some reading and stuff like that, working on yourself, take action on yourself. So if you want to get into exercise program, if you're physical action or mental action, getting some reading, spiritual things. So these are three things you can sow. You sow your money, time, and your efforts. The things you do, your efforts. So you figure ways to sow good seed in all those areas because you want to reap a harvest in the fall. So I hope I said something. We're going to stop it here for now. We hope it says something that move you, inspire you in some way, shape, or form. Remember, if you're in your springtime, this is a time of opportunity. This is the time of growth. This is a time of renewal. This is the time for you to sow. And if you're in the springtime, take advantage of the spring. Take advantage of the good weather. You've just gone through some difficult times. Take advantage of the good weather. Take advantage of the spring. The key word is advantage. Take advantage of the springtime. Make sure you do some sowing. Make sure you take some advantage of the opportunities that comes your way now. Whatever those opportunities may be. Again, the opportunities may come in different shape and different forms, and sometimes in unexpected ways and in unexpected sources. These opportunities will come to you in the springtime. But springtime means a new opportunity, new growth, experiences and stuff like that. So take advantage of the springtime. Don't let it go to waste. Make sure you sow in the spring so you're gonna get a harvest in the fall. All right. So those are kind of words to live by. Those are kind of words that you want to live by. So I hope I'll see you back here tomorrow night when we talk about the summertime. Okay. Until then, again, I almost forgot. Please like these videos. Please share these videos, and please leave a comment on these videos. If you're watching my videos for the first time, please leave a 1. If you see my videos before, please leave a 2. Also, if you'd be kind enough to let me know where you're watching from, like what city, what province or state, or what country you're watching from, I'll greatly appreciate it. Please, my goal is to get these videos in front of many people as possible. So that's why I'm asking you to join me. And the way you can join me, the best way you can join me is to share these videos. Share them on your timeline, share them in your group or groups that you belong to, and just, get these videos out there in front of many people as possible. But I can't do that by myself. I need your help where that is concerned. So I'm just asking you to please do that. up. And until then, come join me again tomorrow night. We're going to talk about the summertime, another exciting topic. Until then, God bless you. I love you. Peace.